our body immune system. How does a baby get immunity? From a mother to child during development in the womb, through immunization or vaccination, after suffering and recovering from an illness. Childhood immunization diseases. The 6 childhood killer diseases attack children below the age of 6 years. These are polio, measles, tuberculosis, diphtheria, whooping cough, tetanus, other immunizable diseases, cholera, yellow fever, smallpox, hepatitis B, rabies, typhoid, influenza B, rubella in brackets German, measles. Typhus fever and flu. Diseases, cause, sign, symptom, prevention and treatment. 1. Tuberculosis cause bacteria. Mycobacterium tuberculosis. It usually attacks the lungs, bones, joints, and the brain. How it is spread? Through air or coughing or coughing or sneezing. Sign. What is seen with your eyes? A lot of sweating, loss of weight, chronic cough, loss of skin color, thick symptom. Note: a sputum is a liquid from the throat or lungs, especially when it is coughed out as when it's coughed as out becomes because of a disease. Symptoms: mild fever, loss of appetite, general body weakness, chest pain. Treatment: use antibiotics. Prevention: immunize with BCG vaccine. Eat a balanced diet. Avoid sharing, cutting. Avoid sharing plates and cups. Isolation of sick people. Drink properly boiled milk. Drinking properly boiled milk. Measles, caused by virus. Measles is spread by contact with the nose or throat secretions of infected people and in airborne droplets. Signs. Who's that?
These signs is supposed to be sores in the mouth, but we see only the word sore, but it's supposed to be sores in the
mouth. Runny nose, skin rash, dry cough, red eyes. Symptoms: high temperature in brackets fever, itching skins, body weakness. Prevention: isolation of infected persons, immunized with measles vaccine at 9 months after birth. Treatment: there is no proper treatment, but we can control symptoms. Whooping cough. It is a
respiratory disease.
Respiratory disease caused by a bacteria called I'm not sure how to pronounce that word.
It's just if you can read the Luganda, then you can also read that. It is just in form of local language. Borrelia patuensis. This other one is Borrelia patuensis.
It is spread through droplet infection in brackets, coughing and sneezing. Signs: running nose, severe coughing with spells that end with whoops, watery discharge from eyes, sneezing, quick deep breath, mild cough. Symptoms: fever, a cold. Treatment: treat with antibiotics. Diphtheria caused by bacteria. Signs: swollen neck, sore throat. Prevention: immunize with DPT vaccine. Isolation of infected persons. Treatment: use antibiotics. Tetanus caused by bacteria called
Clostridium.
Clostridium tetani. Signs: stiff muscles all over the body, especially the jaws, sudden and strong muscles that spasm when touched. Baby stops sucking, difficult in swallowing. Symptoms: fever. Prevention or treatment: immunize with DPT vaccine. Immunize with TT vaccine for females between 15 to 49 years. Poliomyelitis caused by a virus. It is spread through drinking or eating contaminated water and food. Signs: paralysis in the limbs, in brackets legs and arms. Prevention of polio: drinking boiled water, proper disposal of feces, immunize with polio vaccine. Symptoms: high fever, weakness of the body, other immunizable diseases. Cholera caused by bacteria, spread through drinking contaminated water, spread through eating contaminated food. Signs: excessive diarrhea, excessive vomiting. Treatment: give oral hydration solution, give fluids like juice, waters, and milk. Take to the health center. Prevention: drinking boiled water, wash hands before handling food, ensure proper disposal of refuse, ensure proper latrines, cover all cooked food and leftovers.
That one is supposed to be proper use of latrines, but we have the word use.
Prepare food in a clean place and eat it from a clean container. Observe general cleanliness of both body and environment. Hepatitis B. It is caused by hepatitis B virus. It affects the liver, spread by contact with blood of an infected person. Symptoms: body weakness, stomach upset. Signs: very dark urine, very pale stool. Prevention. Immunize with the hepatitis B antibiotics, in brackets hepatitis B serum, HIV vaccine. Immunization sites: age vaccine, age at birth vaccine, BCG and polio vaccine. Disease: polio, tuberculosis. Method of immunization: injection, right upper arm, drops in the mouth. 6 weeks. DPT vaccine, polio vaccine, diphtheria. Injection on the left upper thigh, drops in the mouth. 10 weeks. DPT vaccine, polio vaccine. Diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus, poliomyelitis.
Lena?
Injection on the left. Yes, please, teacher.
For the table, we shall explain it together. Maybe if you can go ahead, you leave the table, then we shall explain it together.
Yes, teacher. Immunization card. CHC, Child Health Card. This is a card given by a health worker at a health center to every child or baby who receives immunization. A child health card shows the following information about a baby: date of birth, date of next visit for immunization, vaccine received and date, birth weight of the child, child's name, parent's name, place of residence, parent's occupation, birth order, doctor's advice to health, growth, and nutrition of the child, importance of immunization. Helps to remind the parent of the next date of visit for immunization. Helps the parent to monitor the child's growth. Helps both the doctor and the parent to know which vaccine was already given and which one is remaining. Roles of individuals, families, and communities in immunization. Individuals help to inform other family members and neighbors on immunization dates and venue. Learning how to immunize so that they can help the health workers, help to accept and convince their people to accept immunization as an important program, encourage others to take their children for immunization, assisting health workers in arranging the places selected for immunization. Family, share all information that they know about immunization. Parents should take all children and pregnant women are immunized. Bigger children should take younger ones for immunization. Community organizing schools should perform plays and concerts about immunization on open days and school and speech days. Note, the common immunization centers in our communities include hospitals, clinics, dispensaries, health centers, etc.
Okay, thank you so much, Lina, for that wonderful presentation. Usually we encourage each one of you to come prepared to present what you've been doing throughout the week. So thank you so much, Lina. So thank you so much. We will always wish to hear you again next time for the next topic. So continue revising that to prepare yourself for the coming.
I'm preparing another presentation.
On Friday, we shall have discussion about that very immunization. So I will be asking questions and then your work will be to answer. As simple as that. So that's it. I know someone using UNC 2021 is quite new and would also wish to know that here we do present. You access the work in the site and then present the work. You come when you're ready to present and show us what you've been doing and probably ask questions where you don't understand. For Shamad and Shalom, they have reported that I think Shalom has not been accessing, is not able to access the science course. I don't know what it is. So I think someone needs to reach out to them so that we may not have that challenge again. So allow me to share my screen. Yes, Shamad.
Shalom. I haven't been accessing the science, math, and SST course.
Me too, teacher.
Okay, so Shamad and Shalom have not been accessing the work. So I want to encourage each one of you. Every time you fail so every time you fail to access the work, make sure you will put in the group, in our P5 WhatsApp group. Put there that I'm not able to access the work so that we can reach out to you very fast. We don't waste any time. So let me give chance to UNC 2021. Please, it would be better if you rename your gadget to your name so that I can call your name directly. Yes. Yes, UNC 2021, speak to us. I see your hand up. Is not speaking. Let's hear from Shalom. I see your hand still up.
I was saying I do not do, I'm not on WhatsApp, so I do not know how to use it.
Sorry?
WhatsApp, I'm not in a WhatsApp group. I don't know how to use it.
So who is in the WhatsApp group? How would you get that the information that there is a lesson?
My mom would send us messages from the WhatsApp group. Some of the teachers would send my mom a message and she would send it to my email. Sometimes she would just tell us.
So you tell your mother that you are not able to access the work. Then she will help type in the WhatsApp group, and then we get to hear that, then we help you very fast.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And then Lina?
For me, I'm in the WhatsApp group.
Sorry?
I'm in the WhatsApp group.
That's good. That's good. We expect everybody to be in the WhatsApp group to be able to see those messages, except that some people do not have maybe personal phones, so it is difficult. You're using the mother or father's phone, so it becomes very
difficult. That's to, yes. Not yet, just beginning.
okay. Let me give chance to Ellen. I saw your hand up. Yes, Ellen. Please speak. Speak to us. Ellen is not speaking. Okay. So allow me to share my screen and we see what Lina has been sharing with us. This is what she has been doing. This is what she did throughout the week. And this is what I expected each one of you also to do throughout the week. So I hope everyone is able to see my screen. So when you log into the site, you'll get these units. You'll get immunity and immunization. So you need to know more about immunity. You need to know more about immunization. So to start with, here she talked about, she defined the word immunization. She said that is the administration or introduction of vaccines into the body to cause immunity. So the reason why we go for immunization is to help our bodies get the immunity against a certain disease. Just like right now, we are expected to go for vaccination these days, just for our bodies to get immunity against coronavirus disease. So this is what we are talking about. So the purpose of going for immunity is to enable our bodies to get antibodies against a certain disease, or to enable our bodies to get immunity against some diseases. So Lina was very clear. She said that immunization is the administration of vaccines into the body to cause immunity, as simple as that. She also gave this other way of defining immunization. If you don't want to say is the administration of vaccines, simply say is the way of putting vaccines into the body, in order to cause immunity, as simple as that. So this is what she talked about. So she also went ahead and discussed about immunity. What is immunity? So I want someone to read first immunity. If I can ask Ellen. Ellen, can you read first the word, what immunity is? What is immunity? Ellen, what is immunity? You unmute, then speak. If you're able to see my screen, just Ellen, we are not hearing you. It means there is some problem with the just connection, the settings. We are not hearing anything completely. So you need to check the settings of your gadget so that we move successfully. So let me hear from Shalom. What is immunity?
Immunity is the body's ability to resist disease attack.
Good. Body's ability to resist a disease attack. As simple as that. What are the types of immunity? We all know that there are basically two different types of immunity. What are these types of immunity? Types of immunity. We are told that there are two types of immunity. Can I have Esther to read first those two types of immunity? Shamad, help read first those two types of immunity.
Yes, teacher. There are two types of immunity: natural immunity, artificial immunity, acquired immunity.
As simple as that. So we have two types of immunity. The first one is natural immunity, and then acquired immunity. So there are ways of acquiring natural immunity. Then we also have ways of acquiring artificial immunity. As simple as that. So how can you acquire natural immunity? How can someone acquire natural immunity? Maybe before we talk about that, how can a baby acquire immunity? How can a baby acquire immunity? Here, when the question comes like this, how the baby can acquire, how the body can acquire immunity, how the body gets immunity. They have not specified whether in a natural way or artificially, so you can give all. Yes, let's hear from Lina. How can the body get immunity? Yes, Lena?
From a mother to child during development in the womb, through immunization from vaccination, after suffering and recovering from an illness.
After suffering and recovering from an illness, correct? As simple as that. So those are the different ways how you can get immunity from the mother to the unborn baby. You can also say after suffering and recovering from sickness, then through immunization. And also, if it is the baby, if they say, how can a baby acquire natural immunity? How can a baby acquire natural immunity? A young child. I think it is here ways a baby can acquire natural immunity. The baby can acquire natural immunity in three ways. One, through breastfeeding. Two, you can also talk about through or after recovering from sickness, after suffering and recovering from sickness. Then lastly, from the mother's womb to the unborn baby. As simple as that. Those are the different ways, how different ways of acquiring natural immunity. As simple as that. So let's move on to the next part. That is artificial immunity. If I can ask, how can you acquire artificial immunity? This question goes to Shamad. How can you acquire artificial immunity? How can you acquire artificial immunity? Yes, Shamad? How can you acquire artificial immunity? Who knows the answer? You can raise up your hand if you know the answer. We can acquire artificial immunity through immunization. As simple as that. That is just through immunization. What are vaccines? What are vaccines? Let me have Shalom. Can you read for us what are vaccines?
Vaccine. Should I read the three examples or just one?
Examples of what? No, I'm talking about what are vaccines. Just
I mean, should I read the should I read all of it or just one sentence?
Just one sentence.
Okay. Vaccines are medical substances which are introduced into the body to produce antibodies against certain diseases.
As simple as that, to produce antibodies against certain diseases. So when you take the vaccine into your body produces antibodies against that disease. The body produces antibodies against that disease. It is the antibodies that fight against diseases. So when you take any tablet, maybe you're taking chloroquine or Fancida, Coartem, and so on. So those drugs help us to help our bodies to develop antibodies. Which antibodies will fight diseases in our bodies? So we are told that these vaccines can be administered into our bodies in two ways. One, orally, then the other one is through injection. So they can ask you maybe probably on Friday that give any two ways of administering vaccines into the body. If they ask you to give the ways of administering vaccines into the body, I would wish to hear from you. What are these ways of administering vaccines into the body? Lena, can you tell us one way of administering vaccines into the body?
Yes, teacher.
Give one way of administering vaccines into the body.
Through immunization.
No. There are ways of administering vaccines into the body. There are only two ways of administering vaccines into the body. One is orally, and then two is through injection. There are some vaccines that we administer into our bodies just by putting drops into the mouth. And then some vaccines need injection. Some vaccines need injection. So for example, out of all those vaccines, it is only one vaccine that needs oral administration. Then the rest need injection. Let's move on and take a look at the other table that you were talking about. This is the table. Yeah. So when you look at this table, this is the table showing vaccines. It is also showing the age at which the vaccine is given. And then it is also showing the disease protected against that vaccine, against the disease protected against. And then it is showing how the vaccine is administered, how the vaccine is given. So when you look at this, you realize that most of these are most of them are given through injection. Most of them through injection. As simple as that. It is only polio vaccine which is administered orally. But even polio vaccine, there is that one which is called IPV. IPV is injectable polio vaccine. Then we also have OPV. OPV is oral polio vaccine. So it means that OPV is the one which is administered orally. Then IPV is injectable. For IPV, it is injectable. As simple as that. So you realize here that you have a vaccine, BCG vaccine. At what age is it given? Look at the screen. Look at your screen. I'm seeing Shamad and Shalom are not looking at their screen. So here we are talking about BCG vaccine. At what age is it given? This one is given at birth. It is given at birth. Which disease is controlled by administering BCG vaccine into our bodies? It is tuberculosis. How is BCG vaccine administered into our bodies? It is through injection. So this is what we are seeing here. Then polio vaccine, the same thing. With the polio vaccine, this one is administered at 6 weeks, 10 weeks, and 14 weeks. As simple as that. And then you have putting drops into the mouth. This one is oral method. DPT vaccine, when it is combined like this one is called a pentavalent vaccine. The pentavalent vaccine contains DPT vaccine, Hep B vaccine, and Hib. So these ones, when they are combined like this is what we call pentavalent vaccine. So the pentavalent vaccine is given at 6 weeks, 10 weeks, and then 14 weeks. So these are the diseases that are controlled by administering DPT vaccine, Hep B vaccine, plus Hib vaccine. We have diphtheria, pertussis or whooping cough, you have tetanus, you have hepatitis, and then you have hemophilia, influenza, as simple as that. So how do we administer that vaccine? It is just through injection on the left upper thigh, on the left upper thigh. Then for the case of the measles vaccine is administered to babies at 9 months. You have here the disease is measles. Then where is it administered to? It is on the left upper arm. This is the immunization site for measles, on the left upper arm. As simple as that. So you need to know I'm going to be asking you very many questions. Maybe we shall send you the questions so that when you come on Friday, you are sure that you can be given any of those questions. And then you should be able to answer them correctly. As simple as that. So that is the table that we're talking about. That is the table. I think there was another one here. I can see. There is another one here. So even this one, you will see here age, the vaccine, disease which is administered, and the method of immunization. So here at birth, which vaccine is given? It is polio vaccine and then BCG vaccine. So which diseases? It is tuberculosis and polio. So they can ask you guys to mention the diseases that are immunized, the vaccines that are administered to the bodies or to babies at birth. These vaccines are two. We have BCG vaccine and then polio vaccines. These vaccines are given at birth. They are given at birth. Then how are they administered is through injection on the upper arm and then drops into the mouth. For a case of polio, it is drops into the mouth. Then for a case of BCG, it is injection on the right upper arm. Then at 6 weeks, you have DPT vaccine given. Even polio is given at that 6 weeks. The diseases controlled is DPT, diphtheria, and pertussis. Pertussis is the same as saying whooping cough. Pertussis is the same as whooping cough. And then at 10 weeks, the same. DPT is given and then also polio. At 14 weeks, the same. DPT is given and then 14 weeks. Now, they can ask you to give the day, the time when DPT vaccine is given. When is DPT vaccine administered into the body? If they ask you like that, you have to give the full answer. DPT vaccine is given at 6 weeks, 10 weeks, and 14 weeks. As simple as that. That will be the correct answer. If you say that DPT vaccine is given at 6 weeks only, you will be marked wrong. You have to give a full answer. DPT vaccine is given at 6 weeks, 10 weeks, and 14 weeks. Likewise to polio vaccine. Polio vaccine is even given 4 times. You realize that at birth, at 6 weeks, at 10 weeks, and then at 14 weeks. So that is what you need to know about this. Then for the case of measles, measles is given at 36 weeks, after 36 weeks of growth, or at 9 months. So when the child reaches 9 months, then measles vaccine is given. And where is it given? On the left upper arm. It is an injection on the left upper arm. As simple as that. So that is something small that you need to know about immunization. Then these other things is just about you reading them. You just read, and then about a child health card, because they can also ask you what a child health card is. So you need to know that this is the card given by health workers at the health center to every child who receives immunization. All of you have got these child health cards. You have these child health cards. So these child health cards are cards given by health workers in the health center to every child who receives immunization. And then these questions, you're supposed to do them. Like this one, you don't need even to write in the book. It is just saying immunization is the administration or introduction of vaccines into the body to cause immunity. Is it true? If it is true, you put there, you click true, and then you check. If it ticks correctly, then it means that you've got correctly. If it ticks, then these others, this one you can just write the answer here. Is a way of putting vaccines into the body, or you can say is the administration of vaccines into the body to cause immunity. And then after that, you go to the next question. It will show you the word continue. If it shows you the word continue, then you can continue. You continue to the next question because there are 8 questions. And there are 8 questions. So you will just continue. After writing this, it will bring the word continue. Then you finish answering all those questions. You move to the next. If you want also to copy them in your book, you can still copy them in your book. You can still have them in your book. Those very questions are simple as that. So that's it for now. Unless you have questions for Shamad and Shalom, please, every time you find a challenge, let it be known. Tell Mommy, then Mommy will put in the WhatsApp group, and then we shall reach out to you. Thank you so much for listening. We meet next time. I want to encourage each one of you to continue preparing for Friday so that you're able to answer different questions. I will be sending you those questions so that you can prepare yourself to answer them on that day. Thank you so much. Unless you have a question, you can ask. If there is any question.
No, there is no question. I've understood everything.
Me too.
Okay.
Me
Thank you so
three.
much, Shamad and Shalom, and also Alina. Thank you.
Thank you so
I think
much.
you're welcome.
Thank you for teaching us.
Mm,
Thank you for the rest.
Thank you for teaching. Thank you
You're
for teaching.
welcome. Okay, so we shall meet next time. Allow me leave you to go. Feel free to leave. Our host, thank you so much. We have come to the end of the engagement. Thank you.
Thank you for teaching us. May God bless you.
Bless you too.
Thank you for teaching, teacher.
Thank you for teaching.
You're welcome.